There's no mistaking it. You always know it's that beautiful Montana front living by that front windshield and dual upper slides when she comes in here at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. Popular as this is, we definitely see it coming in with frequency. These come and go at a pretty fair clip. If you'd like to see what we have in stock and how it is equipped, then please visit the link in our video description where we clearly publish exactly what we have in stock. We describe how it is equipped in terms of extra options. We also clearly publish pricing, and we don't do hidden fees. We don't do those annoying hidden fees that are so prevalent in this industry. So, you know, things like getting it here, getting it quality checked, you know, going through that whole process. That's all part of the price tag with us. We don't charge extra for things that should just be done. So, Montana, back to the point of the video. If you'd like to see, I already told you about that, never mind. They are the #1 selling fifth wheel. Period. Not in a class. Not the #1 selling fifth wheel between $50,000 to $55,000. They're the #1 selling fifth wheel. And it's either been Cougar or Montana, both Keystone products, that have held those records for 15 consecutive years now. What are these guys doing that is just blowing everybody away? That's what I'm going to focus on in this video. The qualities that have made this a standout product. They are the absolute kings, masterclass at identifying the most critical features and doing them very well with quality components, because this is a multi-time consecutive DSI Quality Award winning brand right here. So not only are they high volume, the highest in their category, respectively, fifth wheels, but they're also well constructed. That front windshield is, I think, definitely one of the things that has contributed to the success of this. Now, we carry different brands of fifth wheels here at HaylettRV, and it's coming, at the time of this filming anyway, it's coming into product change time of year. And manufacturers from other brands have been crawling all over our Montanas, specifically going, I want to see that front windshield and how they did it. They're going to have to figure out a different way to do it, though, and they will. There's more than one way to skin a cat, because Montana flat out patented basically what is an automotive installation in the RV business. Your vehicle's windshield doesn't leak. You know, same application here. So, we've got, what is this, 13,210 pounds. Real quick, this is specifically the 3730 Montana front living, which has a gas-electric refrigerator. Montana doesn't do an electric fridge as an option. It's technically a different floor plan, which is not usual practice in this business. So this video applies to both the 3730 and the 3731 front living Montanas, simply due to the fact that they're the same coach, but a different model number, simply to denote a different refrigerator. And I dropped the ball. I meant to have these things open right here before I got there. Well, I'm not going to mess with it right now. I'm not going to waste time on camera meddling with keys, but enclosed, protected, heated docking station. Actually, the door's closed. You know what's nice about that? Nobody can get to your docking station. You have a little access port underneath where you can feed your hoses and cables up through. But while this is closed and the door's locked like this, what if I was some snot-nosed little brat from the campsite next door and I wanted to mess with your stuff? I can't. Now, look at this. They've actually provided a separate sewer hose caddy on this, so that your sewer-related items don't have a chance to mix with your, you know, health and well-being items like freshwater hoses. I've actually seen people with trade-in RVs have a freshwater hose and a sewer hose in the same tote. That's stupid, that's dangerous, you're going to make yourself sick and your family. Now, you just don't have to worry about it. Also, largest in-class gas-electric water heater, so you can use that thing anywhere. Montana has been 0 to 100 degree rated since 2005. They test their models, they have the proven data. A lot of brands claim all sorts of wacky insulation packages. But why is it that only the very best-selling brands out there are actually proving and testing their products instead of just saying things in theory? You know, I think it's that extra confidence that goes into this. Now, speaking of confidence, this is one of the very few RVs out there that is warranted for full-time living. That's a little-known thing in the RV business, that RV warranties do not apply to full-timers. But the folks down at Keystone, specifically Montana's camp, went, you know, we are the #1 selling RV to full-time RVers, and that's a fact, by the way. That's not just something I threw out there. We need to take care of our customers. Well, they warrant their product for full-time use. I think that's terribly impressive. So, you know, a lot of people, even brands that have longer full factory warranties than this, they're still not full-time warranted. Montana's are, you know. Now, there's some optional equipment present on this video. For instance, we've got dual 15,000 BTU Whisper Quiet ACs on this. So Whisper Quiet front and rears. Normally you only get Whisper Quiet rear. Normal fifth wheels, traditional fifth wheels, have a bedroom up front with a loud AC. This is dual quiet ACs, and they're both bigger upgraded ACs. How cool is that? Now, Montana's had this wrap-over roof line for years. And in speaking with the brand manager at Montana, something that impressed me is he said, we were talking to a lot of Montana owners who had their Montanas for 7 or 8 years, and they started to notice a little bit of stress fractures in the seals where the roof meets the wall. And I went, wait a minute. You're worried about what this thing looks like 7 or 8 years from now? And the guy's like, well, yeah. And the reason that shocked me is because that's not how most of the RV business works. But that's probably why this is the most popular fifth wheel on the market. It's made to last longer, better, stronger. You know? I'm super proud to be able to offer these. I'm very happy with all the different things we offer here at Haylett's. But these guys are just the best at what they do, pound for pound per capita. So what they did is they gave it a wrap-over roof line, and we'll get more into the roof in a second. If you don't care about construction stuff, skip ahead in the video and we'll go to the inside in just a minute. Some people really care though. So they wrapped the roof line over, which means we took the stress from an area, the seam from an area of high stress to low stress. And then where the wall meets the roof, there's this giant aluminum sheet, basically. This thin, long aluminum sheet that runs the entire length of the coach to keep that thing pressed in place. It's just like extra hurricane banding, basically. Now, on top of that, Montana uses a different roof truss, a different roof rafter, if you will. There's wood rafters, which are fine. Galvanized steel, aluminum, they're all fine. They each have advantages and disadvantages. Montana uses a composite, like a hybrid style. It's basically like a, I don't know, I don't want to say carbon fiber, but it's a fibrous molded material. What it is, just like a galvanized steel roof truss, there's holes punched out where you can run AC ducting and wiring. Also, it has even insulation through the entirety of the roof, which is part of where they're getting their insulation bundle. So, in case you're curious. Now, the main difference between a Montana and a High Country is that this is hydraulic slides and leveling, and High Country is electric slides and leveling. Now, your hydraulic main deck, your upper decks, whether it's a bedroom or in this case the front living, those are actually individual electric buttons. So, Montana was the first to market. Montana and Fusion partnered up, and they both got into the MORryde step system here. But Montana's the first, and I'm going to be willing to bet for about another year, they're the only ones that have the new 0G step system. So the only complaint, well, that people really had on this, there were a couple concerns, but the only real big thing is some people would say, I'm afraid it's going to fall on me. I don't want it to hit my head or bash my grandkids. Well, they took care of the problem. This is the new 0G system. It's self-supporting, so it can't fall on you. I can pull it down and it'll catch. It doesn't fall on people. Plus, this is an easy time to see these adjustable foot pegs right here. So that, like right now, this RV is not level. And when it came in, the rear door didn't seem to want to shut. Well, all we had to do was shorten up those feet, and like a champ, everything works. And now, you've got the most sturdy, stable entry step system out there. They are absolutely awesome. Even with the jacks down, this thing doesn't rock or roll. Even on tiny little travel trailers that are starting to come out with similar sets of these, it's the most sturdy, stable, comfortable in and out thing ever. It's just safer if nothing else. So, one of the things that I think is helping contribute to Montana's success is they borrowed from the diesel pusher segment of the RV industry. So, outside entertainment centers, a diesel pusher style dinette and appointments inside, those are things that they've brought to market here that I think are really sharp. Now that's a double magnetic latch, so that's not going to fall down. Like I've had people say, what if I slam the door? First of all, this is an anti-slam friction door. It's hard to slam it. But even if you do, this is double magnet latch so it doesn't fall, essentially. Let's step inside for you. Now, there are different interior decors available. This is called Gatehouse. Last year, this was called Macadamia, I believe. In English, it's the lighter one. There's lighter, there's darker. Now, here's something else I like. You have like individually zoned lights in this big floor plan so that it's always bright, it's always comfortable. Now, when you wake up in the morning and you first walk out in your gorgeous Montana, this is what you get to see. We will start at the front and work our way around because we've got a lot to cover. So looking up, you can see you've got that double arched ceiling, arched inside and outside so that you get even insulation all the way through. And as a side benefit, you actually get more headroom inside and it feels far more like cathedral-like, or whatever you want to call it in here. Now, in the bathroom, here in your main living cabin, you have a wall-controlled max air fan, so you can get some excellent airflow going on in here. You've also noticed you've got running lights, or overhead accent lights through this whole thing. And that is absolutely fantastic. Like if I back up here, it looks cool. During the day, it's just nice, it's light, it's bright. But at night, what it's going to give you is like the perfect night light. And where that comes into play is in the Montana Front Living, you have dual opposing trifold hide-a-beds. And they almost kiss in the middle, they almost meet in the middle, but you can still slide through there to get to the front entertainment area. So this can sleep 6. So Grandpa and Grandma, don't get a bunkhouse, get a front living room or a similar furniture arrangement, and everyone will thank you, because at night, when everybody's up here sleeping, they've got the coolest entertainment center in the world, looking out at the campsite and adventures and memories and things they're going to forge tomorrow. Electric space heating fireplace down here. Montana even uses the little bit bigger one. And all your windows have these nicer, like motorhome style slow rise shades. And what I like about those is there's no strings that can break. There's no having to restring them or you know, you can clean them. Pleated shades are tricky to clean. There's just so many benefits to it. Now you've got a full big time walk around upstairs up here, and I'm spinning like a 1980s music video, and I'm about to get dizzy, but you get the idea. So up front, you've got a power lift TV, and by the way, the number one question I get in this floor plan is, I can't find the friggin' button. It's hiding down in there. So you've got, like I said, all of the views of everything you've ever wanted to see right out the front of your Montana. If you're parked in front of a lake or something, that's awesome. Now, this is an actual motorized shade. This is a power up-down shade right here. That's why they started putting a sticker on it, because people kept yanking on it. So you do have full privacy up here when you want it. You'll notice that all of your doors, with the exception of like just accent panels on doors, are raised hardwood, even in the non-kitchen areas. And these are the wider, like 3-seat sofas. You just get more bigger seating up here. And again, that dual whisper quiet air. It's so funny. I have a limited number of personal clients that I assist. And one of my clients who last bought an RV in 2014, before Whisper Quiet Airs were out there, just updated his fifth wheel. And he called me, wanted to know why his air conditioner wasn't working. And I hear the wife in the background going, "Honey, stop talking for a minute and listen." And he didn't realize it was running because it was that quiet. And that's not an exaggeration. That's not a story I made up. Now, this is cool. They started doing this late last year. This is a power reclining, like almost residential, like power theater seat, effectively. Now, that's a removable pontoon-style armrest with cup holders. You can actually slot that over here if you want. You can move it. You can get out of the way. You can turn that into a love seat. If you're a little bit bigger, you need a little bit of extra room around the hips or whatever, well, kick that thing out of there, no problem. Now, let's look at our kitchen area here. So, at a glance, it's sharp. And the thing is, it only gets sharper as you go. Now remember, this is the gas-electric RV refrigerator. Now, if you're going to be doing any kind of traveling, or if you're concerned about power outages, this is the fridge you should have. And this is the fridge that we really recommend. Now, a lot of people say, well, my diesel pusher has an electric-only fridge, and it does just fine. Absolutely. For a couple reasons. Your diesel pusher probably has an air ride system this RV does not have. Electric refrigerators are not made to handle bouncing down the road on a leaf spring suspension. Even with the MORryde pin box up front and the MORryde suspension down below, it doesn't matter. They're not made for it. And I don't see like 60% failure rates, but even 10% is more than I like. I don't like that. Well, the other thing is, what if you lose power? Even if you have a generator installed in this, which by the way, through the HaylettRV Parts and Service Center we can do for you, they don't have an auto gen start like a motorhome. This is not a motorhome. It shouldn't be equipped like one. So if you lose power, and like a lot of people put a Montana on a site seasonally, if you lose power and you don't know it, everything in this is now spoiled, and instead of getting a start vacation, you have a mess to clean up. This is our preferred equipment complement, but there are good reasons to go with the electric only. And I do acknowledge that. You know, I can take my own personal reservations out of it. So if you want the 3731 with the electric fridge, we'll get you one. Don't worry about it. We'll make it happen. We make good deals happen all the time. Convection microwave oven, that big residential size convection microwave oven. And it's funny, someone at Montana drinks wine because they even know how to build a wine rack. And they have this built so that the cork stays wet. A lot of people don't know you need to do that. At least not a lot of RV designers anyway. I don't think Boone's Farm in the RV industry usually qualifies as wine. Obviously someone at Montana has better taste. Boone's Farm. Hey, we all had that one night with Boone's Farm, am I right? So real tile backsplash. And this is a sealed burner system, just like a residential stovetop. You don't have to, like if I take this out, you can see that it's sealed, that if there's grease or spillage or something like that, you don't have to like disassemble the stovetop to try to get down to it to clean it. Now, they've paired that up with just a very cool looking oven. It doesn't do anything different, it just looks really cool. You've got good prep space, appliance space over here with that little pop-up power post, and you'll see this repeated by the dinette. You know, dual household outlets with grounds and twin USB plugs for charging. Now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full extension drawers just right here in the slide out. This has tremendous storage capacity right here, and we have only just begun, as that song goes. And I am going to have to pick up the pace. This video is going long. So over here, someone's going to say, why did they block that off? Well, there's a central vacuum system down there, and that's your hookup right there, and that's your toe kick for easy sweep-up broom cleaning. Now down here, you've got all the room you need for a nice little wastebasket, and 4 more full extension drawers, so we're up to 9 drawers now. All of your countertops are a beautiful solid surface. We of course have a dual basin stainless recessed sink. I love that little spice rack inside that hutch right there. And plus, this is a great little phone charge station. Even though there's USB outlets everywhere, that's a great spot for it. As we spin around, you look over here and you're like, well, okay, obviously that's a little bit of a pantry. You don't even have a clue, because this pantry is actually partially recessed into the bathroom. Look at how big that just got. This whole thing is huge like that. This is your washer dryer prep, so it's not in your bedroom. If you choose to do that, you can go combo-matic or stackable. All the hookups are right here. That being said, less than 2% of people ever install one, and less than that ever actually enjoy it. They don't work very well, they're very expensive, so not only are they stupid, but they're also dumb. That again is my opinion. I understand there are some people who live in their RV, who full-time RV, and who refuse to use a public laundry service for various reasons, and I understand that, I respect it, I get it. Your life is different from mine. Again, if that's something you want, we can do it at HaylettRV, because we only do everything at HaylettRV. Now check this island out. So, there's wastebasket space below the sink, but you ain't gonna need it. I mean, that's awesome. I've seen precious few RVs ever match that kind of thought process right there. And now we've got drawers here. So instead of wasting the island with a sink, it's now all prep space or serving space. And if you need a little more, we've also got the extension here. That's just genius right there. The Montana dinette. This thing was a thorn in my side for years before I sold Montanas, and I love that I don't have to do that anymore, because I hated selling against these. This is such a stud product. There's other RVs that have neat features, and we carry some here for sure. But man, it is hard to find any reason to talk somebody out of a Montana, you know? So first of all, like a diesel pusher, we've got a smaller couples dinette. But you're like, wait a minute, what's this extra chair? These are fold away like bonus chairs. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. There you go. So what's cool is it doesn't look like a guest chair, but it folds up and you can store it under the bed, because most of the time you just need the two of you. Now notice too, it is self-standing. You don't, and it actually does fold down a little tighter, but I only got one hand, but it won't fall down and bash your cabinetry. So most of the time, this is what you got. This is all you need. But let's say you're having a big meal and you need a little extra space. Well, you pull yonder knob and look at that. The whole thing extends out for you. But like an infomercial at night, but wait, there's more. Now you can add the extra 2 chairs around this and be just pleased as punch. And if you look down here, there's nothing that your knees are going to run into. As a person with long legs, the world is not accommodating my size. I love this in so many ways I can't even begin to describe. And for work campers, you've got like a built-in desk, laptop, tablet station, anything like that, whatever you need it to be, it can become with another one of those pop-up power posts over here. So let me slide this thing right out of the way. We're going to take a quick peek at the back. Now, this is a 0G step system too. So the melts in your mouth, not in your hand Montana door that just sort of floats out of the way. We have a one-piece molded shower, seamless, self-supporting with seating. You can jump up and down. You can do a WWE wrestler from the high ropes, power drop on that thing, and it's never going to be a problem. Extra, just little nudge of linen storage right there in the bathroom. Now over here, just like the kitchen, we've got matching solid surface counter. But if you look, it's actually a molded one-piece sink and counter. There's no seams that can fail here and cause water damage. Extra little, toilet. Plenty of extra toilet paper space down there. That's pretty big. And just like the kitchen, the living room area, you've got a wall-controlled max air fan above us over here to get some great airflow. And you're going to have to be on stilts to hit your head in this ceiling in here because it's on the lower deck of the RV. Right when you walk in the back door, we've got a handy little coat closet for just quick coming and going. And I like that the slides can be closed and the door's in the hallway so you can get to the bathroom even while you're in transit. Genius. But again, that's why these guys are doing what they're doing. So back here in our master bedroom suite, we've got a full 70 by 80 true king bed king sheets that you're going to buy at any store. Are going to fit that just ducky. It does have easy lift storage below, which is something in years past Montana's didn't. But it's also got side stands and outlets built into the slide walls, and that is so uncommon. Outlets actually in the slide box of a bed slide is virtually unfound elsewhere in the business. Very few brands actually do that. Charge your phone there. You can get one of those thinner traveler CPAPs. And look at the whole wall, like a head pad, bumper, or whatever you want to call it there. Bonus overhead storage. Remember, whisper quiet air back here too. So front, rear, both dual whisper quiet air, both 15,000 BTUs. Now, if you're on a 30 amp campsite, you just have to pick one or the other. If you're on a 50 amp site, roar it up. You've got bigger, not because Montana main decks have 6.5 foot tall slide outs. On the lower deck of Montana, the slides are 6.5 foot tall. Walk in, extra tall slides. Now, you're not going to walk into a king bed slide out, but look at these big windows for big airflow. Look at this big window for big airflow because they put all the storage over here. Now, let me start opening this up because it is just terribly impressive. And this is another one of those areas that they basically stole this design from motorhome bedrooms. But it works. 9 huge full extension drawers, huge hanging closet capacity, and it actually fully passes through. And notice that they have anchors on here so that it's not going to break and drop on you. It's awesome. The TV is on a little bit of an angle facing down toward your head. Everything in this is premeditated. Everything in this is awesome. Whatever you need, hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, we do it all at HaylettRV. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.